I'm fly, yes, I'm high, yes. Everyone that get to this guy, yes. Go night, I just might, yes. Style cleaner than yours, so don't buy, yes. I'm so debonair, so debonair. I'm so debonair, so debonair. I'm so debonair, so debonair. I'm so debonair, so debonair.
Hey, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Champagne Things with me and the Candy Shop. If you're new to the channel, before we get into anything, if you want to join my tribe, please step by my side, go ahead and subscribe. Turn on the notification button so you get notified every time I post new videos. Like the video, share the video, comment below if you are tuning in late. If you're tuning in while we're live, comment in the chat. And that's all the business. What's going on?
Yes, I know what's going on. It's long time no see.
I know, right?
It's definitely been a lot going on.
Yeah.
I'm glad we were able to take a break from all of this.
Yes.
I'm glad to be back.
Yes.
Yeah. That's how I'm feeling.
I feel like I haven't saw you in forever.
I know. I be in the bushes a lot of times. I lay low.
Yeah. Listen, I've been in the bushes laying low too.
Yes, as you should.
But I'm back. I'm feeling great. I'm excited about our show because the last time we had a show, there was not a lot of news. We can't really talk about nothing. It was like a really dry show. So we have good stuff this week. So we should have some fun today.
Yes, and I'm not drinking as much because I'm trying to watch the calories. I'm trying to lose about 40 pounds. So I do have some champagne, but I probably won't sip from it as much.
Okay.
Yeah, so cheers.
I actually have white grape peach juice. So.
Oh, good. So let's get into it, unless you have some other things to talk about. But
no, I mean, I was going to catch up with you real quick because I haven't saw you in a while, and
I know. Well, on my channel, I've been doing show reviews, and then I have the show with Candy and Cotty. Shout out to Candy and Cotty. Those ladies are some of the most beautiful women I've met ever in my life. So make sure you support us with the Ladies Lounge, and support us.
Y'all went on Tuesday, right?
Yes, we did it after dark last night.
Did it after dark?
Yes.
Oh my God, I missed it.
Yes, it was.
I was sleeping like 9 o'clock yesterday.
Well, we started it at like 9:45. Well, okay. I was a little late, but
was it like a members only, or like it was live?
It was live.
Damn, I missed it. I think since I did my break, like my sleep schedule has got back on track. So I'll literally go to bed on time now. So.
That's good.
What's going on, Cotty?
Yes, hey, Cotty B.
No, we did not color coordinate. I didn't even recognize that.
I took off my sweater that I had on at work. So
I actually bought this shirt today. I thought it was a good message.
Make the world a better place. Yes. Peace. We need peace in these streets, and I just want to kiki and sip some wine.
Absolutely.
Or I'm sorry, champagne.
I just want to do hood rat stuff with my hood rat friends.
Yes. So I'm glad you're in a better place.
Yes.
I hope you stay there.
So. I'm definitely staying in this space. It's a good place to be.
Cool. So you want to get into it?
Let's go ahead. Let's get into it.
All right. So the first story I want to talk about, which I find interesting, is Jada and Will. They have a hard time talking about their sex life. What do you think that is about? I skimmed over the article, but why do you think they have a hard time talking about their sex life?
So the article was saying basically, I guess they got together when they were like 22 years old, which I thought, well, that's when you talk about all your sex stuff. But I kind of get it because they've been together for so long. Maybe that's the case. I also think that, in a relationship that's lasted this long, could this be a possibility that it's a hard conversation to have sometimes? Because what Jada was saying was, I feel like he should know, and he feel like I should know. So there's no point of us having the conversation. And so she said, as younger adults, we didn't talk about it. She said, now I know that that's wrong. I would never advise anybody to do that. She said, so we do talk about. She said, but it's still kind of eerie for her.
That is so weird though, because it's rumored that they have an open relationship.
Right.
She's had her entanglements.
Well, it's not even a rumor. They actually have admitted that they have, like, they let each other do whatever they want to do because they're comfortable with it.
So you're comfortable with having an open relationship, but you can't even talk about sex with your mate. That is interesting. Like that, and it's. I have to use Candy's word. I think Candy said this, highly weird. So it's very it's very telling of their situation. I'll say that.
I just wonder, could this be a real situation though? You know what I mean? Because I guess maybe because my relationship started so early, we didn't really talk about it. We just really did expect each other to know. I think later on, like after like the 4th year of us being together, it's probably before we got married. So it was 6 years ago we went to counseling about it. So maybe it's not even. I mean, I didn't even think about this, but we actually went to counseling because of this. Me and my ex did. So I mean, I feel it could be a true thing.
Yeah, me and I hear feedback. Are we playing somewhere else?
I'm not. I'll hear it.
That is so weird. Well, me and my husband, we've talked about it from day one. Like that was something that we talk about. We have no problem with talking about it now. So I guess it just depends. But they definitely, with all of that, they definitely need to seek a little bit of counseling if they can't even talk about that.
Q need to get out these comments.
I know, because I'm sure he talks about Will talks about it with Dwayne Martin. So yeah, let me take a sip to that.
Yeah, we know that Jada talked about it with August Alsina.
Yes, every night.
Make it make sense that they talk about having active sex lives with each other because they are honest people and can't tell lies. Oop.
Ooh. Right.
But I mean, I could see this happening because again, like in my relationship, I just realized like we never really talked about it. We didn't talk about it until we went to counseling because it was off. The sex life was really off. I think we just expected each other to know what each other wanted, and so that makes sense to me. And I think because we were very young when we started dating too.
Yeah. So maybe that's why. I know they were young, but being together for as many years as they were together, you would think it would get easier to talk about it.
Well, she said that they are having a conversation now. It's still really weird for her to have it, but who knows?
I wish they would write a book. I wasn't going to spend.
I would love to read that book.
Because they have a very interesting relationship. And going back to when she messed with August Alsina, like Will's face looks so distraught. You would think that he would not have cared since they have an open relationship. But I wonder, was it just open on his end, or was he just expecting her to sleep with women? Because I've heard that she likes women as well. Like it just seemed like he was totally taken aback at the fact that she was with a man. So
I think maybe he was looking like that because maybe he wanted to have sex with him. He was like, you chose her over me. Until you do right by me.
Yes. But he's been not only rumored to be with, of course, Dwayne Martin, but like actresses that he's been in movies with as well. So Will is very I'll just say that he's interesting. Yeah.
And it's also weird because she's able to have these conversations with her mother and her daughter.
I know. Well, that's weird in itself as well. This red table talk, they just let it all hang out.
But you can't have with your husband who you have sex with, but your mother and your daughter, you can, like that's where it gets off for me.
Yeah. Well, The only reason why I can see her mother and her daughter is because it's a different relationship, and so it's just girl talk. Sometimes we do talk about stuff like that. I guess I don't know. It's all of it.
Not with my mom and my daughter. I'm not doing that. I'm sorry. It won't happen. Not with my father or my son. I wouldn't be doing it.
But I can see her mom if she wants advice on certain situations.
Uh-huh.
Her daughter, she can be giving advice to her daughter. But it's
maybe the daughter, maybe the but daughter. Not to this extent. Like I don't know.
Yeah, it's an interesting, complex situation.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's all I have to say on that and their entanglements and their weirdness. Oh, and they never bring up their son.
Oh,
Jaden, who isn't he in love like one of those guys?
I never can remember. You never can figure it out because it's like he announces it, then it's like it's a joke, but then it wasn't a joke, but then it's a joke again. Like you never can really understand it. So I don't know. Because I don't remember what the guy's name is, but yeah, because he announced it on the stage of the boys' concert one time.
It's not that weird Future guy. I forget those rappers. Don't let me name them because I can't think of them all. But it's somebody in one of those groups. Or is it Tyler the Creator?
Tyler the Creator, I think that's who it is.
Yes, that's his name. So Tyler the Creator.
Yeah, Tyler the Creator.
He came out, didn't he?
Now I didn't even know who that was. So I don't know if he came out. I didn't know he was out or in or nothing because I didn't even know who he was.
I've heard of him. He's a Ray, and we're going to talk about her later. One of his songs is on the soundtrack of Insecure. When they were running that marathon and that song, find some time to do something. That was a song. I'm a big Insecure fan, so
I love Insecure too.
Yes. So.
And we're going to talk about that on this show today too, which I'm excited about. But
yes, but their family is definitely interesting.
Yes,
I'll leave it at that. I'm not going to say anything negative about them.
I like the freedom of their minds.
Mm-hmm.
I think that it's healthy to not put boundaries on like family dynamics, and so. I would never do this with my parents, like how they have red table talk.
Yeah.
And I would never, I can imagine talking to my mother about, those type of things, but I like that they're able to do it.
Yeah, I do too. Now, was Will a Scientologist? Are they into Scientology?
I'm not sure.
Because I think, I don't know. I don't want to be incorrect. I should have looked that up. Yeah, but I think they might have been into Scientology at one time. I don't know. In the comments, were they into Scientology? Was Will a Scientologist like Tom Cruise and the rest of them people?
I can see that though.
Oh yes! Shout out to
from Milwaukee.
Yes, Milwaukee, stand up. Yes. So I guess we can move on from that. I don't know if anybody knew if they were Scientologists or not.
Somebody will probably comment later on.
I know. I hate that sometimes. But yes, next.
We want the Issa Rae.
I guess we can. I was about to talk about T.I. and Tiny. I wanted to save Issa Rae for a little later.
Okay, well, go ahead. Let's go.
So T.I. and Tiny, see here, make it make sense. They built their own church and they preach entanglements. What? And Cotty said they deny being Scientologists, but I thought they said they were at one point.
You said nope, always been a Baptist.
Interesting. Okay.
But Baptists are a little ratchet, so.
I know. I always remember them as they smoke cigarettes. But
wait. Why does everybody say that though?
Because that's like.
So listen, my friend, she was my best friend. She's Baptist, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the deacon at the church and the deacon in the church son and her got into it. This man's father walked out of the pulpit to try to fight her in the parking lot.
Oh my goodness!
I always think that Baptists are ratchet.
Yes, I grew up coaching.
My son said yes, they are science. Also, they had a school.
See, Marcella's correct. I heard it. I know some people are saying they never heard that they were Scientologists, but I
never heard that
did.
either.
And remember, Will Smith was close with Tom Cruise. I heard that they were into Scientology, but
Erica said their relationship is not weird. It's their relationship. It doesn't have to fit what we all call the norm. That's what makes it unique, and that's okay. Yeah, I believe that. I do believe that.
I agree. And what people will what people don't know is a lot of relationships are like this, but it just doesn't come to the forefront.
Yeah.
Theirs is put on blast, so of course you see it.
Yeah.
The cigarettes, yes, it's true though. I think
that is true.
Yes, they do. And hey, Marcella.
Hold on, Marcella. Last time I went to a Baptist church, a baby got kidnapped. Ratchet might be the word.
What? It's so crazy. See,
I'm telling you, because when I used to go to the lock-ins was because I'm CME, I'm Methodist. Yeah. But my friends were all Baptists, and so we go to the lock-ins for the Baptist churches. I've never seen in the Methodist church what goes on in the Baptist church ever.
Yeah, me neither. And well, I'm Kojic, and you know we shout, we do.
Oh yeah, y'all a little crazy too.
But we don't smoke cigarettes, so.
Miss Queen of the Mall said, "Yes, us Baptists can get it. Yes, believe in the word, but play no games. We will get left to right."
Right.
Hey, Queen Mermaid. OMG, not the baby. Yes, they said the baby. Cigarettes and weed. The Queen of Cheesecake said.
See.
And you only probably had a drink before they went out there.
Yeah.
Cardi B said they've long denied allegations that they are members of the Church of Scientology. However, they operate a private school that reportedly taught the controversial religion to students. Okay. See?
So, oh Lord, no Baptist kidnapping.
That's all right. Remember, just catch up.
Yes.
Last time I went to a Baptist church, I almost kissed one of the guys because he sent me mixed signals. Luckily, my Catholic self knew to take a step back. Baptist churches are very tricky, though. That's very true. LOL, I'm not ratchet unless I have to be. Are you Baptist, Miss Val? I think my daughter might have been conceived at one of them lock-ins.
See?
Them lock-ins was a mess, though, like for real.
We call them a shut. Well, I think it's called a shut-in at in Kojic. I think. But tell me what goes down at the lock-in.
So so in middle school, high school, they had lock-ins. And what was I just watching? I think it was it The Maid? Something on Netflix I was just watching. It was having a lock-in. It was really good. It was really good. But the lock-ins was like basically like trying to for the kids that was there. It was you finding your little boo. That's what it was.
That's what it sounded like.
I'm like, we have them in high school. Why we having one at church?
Y'all would stay there all night. I've heard of them.
Yeah. And like literally by the end of the night, you left with a boyfriend or a girlfriend.
OMG.
Y'all a PK and the Baptist church is off the chain. I'm a PK too, not in the Baptist church, but I do know. I'm
a PGK, preacher's
grandchild.
Mm-hmm. As a grandchild.
Yeah, he was always like, y'all trying to be a PK and it's not even working for us.
Well, they still looked at us with my grandfather because he was the pastor of his church. They still wanted me to act accordingly.
Yeah. Y'all just never got it like we got it though.
Mm-hmm. Well, my mother got it, so she carried it down. But the next story, T.I. and Tiny developing affordable homes in Bankhead. Don't look at me, look at my work. So I just find this interesting because I didn't know that Mayor Kasim Reed is coming back. And it adds to the scandal. Yeah, I say Atlanta, but I live outside of Atlanta.
Okay.
So I don't I don't pay attention to all that. You know, people was mad at Keisha Lance Bottoms, and now they're apparently he's been Mayor Kasim Reed will be back, and so their raggediness. I'm sorry, T.I. and Tiny's raggediness, because it's raggedy to me, only adds to everything, all of the scandal and stuff that goes on in Atlanta. So, what are your thoughts on that? Then
Nikki Pooh.
Nikki Pooh.
I'm so confused with T.I. and Tiny. Because what happened to everything that was going on with them?
I heard some of the allegations or charges were dropped. I don't know.
Okay.
I heard
I feel like we were talking about it and then it just like went away.
Because they were cleared on some of it.
Okay.
I don't know if they were cleared on all, but you know, they used to call T.I. the mayor of Atlanta.
I mean, he definitely is. I mean, in the middle of the pandemic, when they were doing the riots and stuff, she's like, don't take down East Atlanta because T.I. and Killer Mike own it. We're like, girl, the cops are killing us in the streets. We don't give a damn about T.I. and Killer Mike.
Exactly. In East Atlanta, what? I guess that would be close to Decatur.
Yeah, I don't think it was East Atlanta. I think I made that up.
Or what is it?
I forgot what part she said.
Bankhead is.
She didn't say Bankhead. I forgot what part she said, but whatever part it was, she was like, "Don't take it down." You're like, they are going to the Lennox. This is not what T.I. Killer
Mike. Exactly. Hey, Nikki.
So, she's up here making up these things that's going on here. We want you to know, girl, tell the police to leave us alone. We are not vandalizing nothing until y'all start effing with us. Then they go and take it down.
Exactly.
They make a Section 8 buildings that we all block.
You see, and this isn't one of our stories, but did you see Toya just had a 70s or a players ball for her birthday?
No.
Yes.
Thank you, Mimi Twin. No, I didn't see that.
Yeah, she just had a players ball and all the Love and Hip Hop people was there.
Who's Toya, right?
Reggie mother, Lil Wayne's baby mom.
Okay. No, I didn't see that.
Lil Wayne's ex-wife. That's how she likes to be referred to.
Were they married?
Yeah, they were married.
Okay.
They were married for 2 or 3 years, I think. But she just had a players ball party and all of them were there. Reginae was there with her new body.
Twerking. New body?
Yeah, she had her body done. I
don't be following any of this.
Yes. Yes. What did Marcella just said something? She said, I told you guys that the Harrises were going to walk. They are allegedly part of the special group. They got righteous again. All the alleged crime will disappear. Exactly.
Well, we already knew that was going to happen now.
Yes.
We already knew that.
Subscribe to the Candy Shop.
Yes.
Yeah, Marcella's where they got off.
Because when Keisha makes all her speeches, it always has to do with T.I.
Yeah.
So he's a part of this thing that she has going on. I have a video that I made about her. I probably should unlock it, that I made during COVID, because I was like, I didn't understand nothing that she said during that speech she made. Yeah. But I might put it back up because I was so upset with her.
A lot of people are. You know, I like her. I am an advocate for Black women. So I liked her because she came from an HBCU. I just hated some of the people she was affiliated with, but sometimes though, I mean, you just never know the relationship behind the scenes. So
I liked her until COVID happened with this whole Black Lives Matter thing started. And then I'm like, because when the news, I'm probably gonna unlock that video. When the news was saying that, you know, the protest was a protest, it wasn't like violent, like people really respected the rules that they gave. Then she got on like, go home. And I'm like, Keisha, tell the cops to go home because the people are being the news is reporting that the people are being peaceful.
Exactly. Did you see when those young people, this was like earlier when they got
in the car?
Yes.
And they weren't even there. The boy was picking up his girlfriend from somewhere. And I'm like, she totally missed it.
Yes.
And that's when I was like, see, this is why I can't respect her. Because what you should have been doing was fire them cops. Bring them to my office because they were wrong.
Yes.
If the news is reporting that what she asked for when they protest was what they're doing. Why are you going onto the damn news saying go home?
And yeah, and those were college kids. I think they went to Spelman and Morehouse.
Yeah.
Like young kids, and she allowed that to happen to them.
Yeah.
So,
and she never even came back out and said nothing else about it after she did that.
Exactly.
And I didn't like that. I did not like that.
So, but yeah, we don't have to talk about Keisha Lance's bottoms.
I get passionate when it comes to that.
Queen Cheesecake, she said, let's pray that T.I. and Tiny start acting right.
Yeah.
So they're saying like
and shut down the dungeon.
Yeah, well, they said that wasn't true. None of this,
Okay.
some of the, well, majority of the stuff wasn't true. We'll see in a few years.
Yeah.
But going to the next story, I guess we can talk about Issa Rae.
Okay.
And Insecure, and how a lot of the AKAs, the sorors, are upset that one of the characters had their colors on and their paraphernalia. Now, I know with sororities, when the only people that can usually wear their letters are people that are in that sorority. So whenever you watch any other shows, whenever you watch a show and you see somebody wearing the actual letters, they are actually in that sorority.
It was Amanda Seales who wore it.
Yeah, Amanda Seales, yes. Yeah. And so they feel disrespected. And I understand from Amanda Seales' perspective, she's just an actress. She's acting in a part. But yeah, they were
she's like Tiffany is an AKA. Like, what's going on here?
Issa Rae was funny because she kind of trolled like them people. She was like, let me call HBO and see if they can make that part.
But you know what, Timmy? So this is what I don't understand when it comes to these fraternities and sororities, because I actually pledged. I didn't go all the way through because my financial aid fell through, but all the money that they take from people who don't make it through the process, like they get a lot of money from people. And then y'all are so stuck on wearing this paraphernalia. Now I can get it like a random Joe Blow was wearing it. It doesn't make sense.
Well, when you pledge, not to cut you off, when you pledge, you earn those letters. Like it means something.
No, because if we want to really get down to it, AKAs pay to be a part of that sorority. That's it. Because they have been they had a big thing going on where they couldn't even pledge. They paid to get on. They didn't go through a process.
Well, going through.
So AKA was the last sorority that I would ever want to see going online saying, "Why are you wearing this?" Because this.
Well, I'll just say this: SoDebNair going to an HBCU, they pledge at the HBCUs.
It depends on. I don't know when you went to school though, because when I was in college, they were not allowed to. They were under scrutiny because they got reported.
Remember in 2002 there was an AKA that drowned, and so they were on moratorium, so they did not pledge for that whole year. But afterwards, it was all underground. So yeah, they still pledge.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, the girls at my school, they did not pledge; they paid.
Well, I shout out to Tuskegee University. They earned
paid to play,
and I'll leave it at that. They earn their letters, but no, I do agree with the actor. I can see both sides. So
I don't think that it's like, if they're able to play everybody else, like why is it so bad for actors not to be able to act in that? I mean, one, it's an honor to celebrate these Black fraternities and sororities. I understand that people went through these processes and stuff like this. She's not walking around her everyday life saying, "I'm an AKA." She's playing a character. So there's no reason for them to, and I never understood this from anyone, from anything. Like, if they're acting, let them act. Like, that's their job.
Yeah.
And they make up these fake fraternities and stuff. It doesn't make any sense. But to me, it's like they're so oversensitive about people wearing their paraphernalia. But then what if, I don't even know what I can even compare it to, but I just don't like the fact that they are the only people on earth that actors can't act as this part of life.
All of the Divine Nine. So they don't like anybody wearing their letters.
Yeah. Well, I know it's all of them. All of them, they don't like it. Yeah. But I feel like if they're acting, they should be able to act. That's what they get paid for.
True. So yes, but Insecure, what are you thinking of the show? It is so good.
I love it.
Yeah,
I'm sad this is the last season.
Yeah, I am too. And actually, me, Candy, and Cotty, not to keep plugging that show, but we'll
Keep plugging it. Keep plugging it.
we'll be reviewing it. And I am so happy. Like, I was telling them yesterday, I said, it's funny that they're supposed to be they're like 30, but they were in school when I was in school. So it makes me wonder, like, when the timing is, because I'm actually in my late 30s. Well, we both are. So, but I'm just shocked that I just wonder how they're 30 right now when they were in school, when like T-Pain was out and all of that, the Nuck If You Buck and all that was out.
Powerful said, I just believe that everyone has gotten sensitive tissue paper feelings.
Yeah.
These for the Divine Nine have been this way before everybody got sensitive, though. You can't, like, it was like a no for actors to even portray anything from the Divine Nine. Now, when it's just those other fraternities, they can do it. But the Divine Nine, it's like, why though? Like, they're acting. Let it go. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It should be an honor that they even want to celebrate you guys as fraternities or sororities.
And I think that they look at it, because everybody is saying it should be an honor, they look at it as being sacred. And so that's the only thing.
Well, they wanted to be sacred because what goes on during the process.
Right.
Thank
you.
And I think they don't want you people to dig into what actually goes on during those processes.
Yes.
I can tell you stories. Because I could.
Yeah. I know some stories too.
I've experienced the stories.
Yes. So
that's the take that too serious. It's kind of ridiculous in my opinion. Okay.
Yeah. So I can see that as well. Like I said, I see both sides. So.
Ooh.
What you looking at?
Let's just keep going. Just make sure we keep it cute in this chat.
What's going on? I missed it.
Nothing's going on. Yeah, so make sure we keep it cute.
It'll stay cute.
Hey, Popcorn.
We are very positive. Hey, all things popcorn. We're positive. We definitely try to keep it cute and classy and drink our champagne and kiki.
Nothing bad has happened. I'm just letting you know that.
You scared me for a second. I was like,
no, nothing bad has happened.
Sorry. I'm lost. I'm lost. But no, I think it'll be all good.
Thank you, Mermaid.
The next topic, NENE leaks. Okay. So, and I watched a little bit of Cardi B. She talked about this on her show today. But NENE leaks called out Cynthia Baily and some of the other housewives for not showing. Well, she called out Cynthia Baily for not showing up at the repast for Greg's death. And then I know she was upset about the flowers and things that were sent to her. So, first of all, with NENE leaks, I feel like she is going through a mourning period. And sometimes when people pass away, it's like instead of really going through the mourning part of the death, you start to just think about little things, and you think about who wasn't there for this and who didn't do that. Mm-hmm. And to me, that's understandable. Mm-hmm. And I know Nikki was saying NENE is petty. Yes, and rest in peace, Greg Leaks. Definitely. But I can see it, because you get mad. You can't control your emotions at times. And right. I read Cynthia's response. Cynthia actually met up with NENE after the repast. They hung out, and she believes they're in a good place. She liked the fact that they were able to come together and just really have a good time at Lenithian Lounge across from Home Depot. So she was actually happy about that, and I appreciate that. So
I think that people don't understand when it comes to funerals. Sometimes everybody cannot handle a funeral. Mm-hmm. I'm one of them people. Like, I do not want to go to people's funerals. Like, I literally, if my parents ever die, I would not want to be there. So, and that's not what Cynthia said. She just said that they were out of town. Her and her husband were out of town at the time. But I also think that people should respect the fact that people don't want to go to, like, I would like to remember the people that I've been around, that I've loved the way they were, not laying in a casket.
Exactly.
And I think so. Whatever reason that Cynthia had for not being there, I think that anything should be acceptable because that's how she might want. She was closer to Nene than a lot of them girls were.
Exactly.
But she didn't say that. She just said that her and Mike had to be out of town, and she was happy that they were able to have time together. I guess they got closer. When she visited her, she took Marlo with her to make sure Nene didn't slam the door in her face.
I saw that.
So I mean, I think that it was cool. You know, I don't think that anybody should force somebody to go to a funeral, though.
Yeah. So exactly, because everybody grieves differently. Cynthia probably couldn't take seeing Greg in that casket. We will never know. And I know NeNe wanted these people to be there for her, but sometimes, like you said, everybody grieves differently. And seeing that with the relationship that Cynthia and Peter had with Greg, I knew it was probably devastating to Cynthia.
Yeah.
Oh, Marcella.
NeNe has grieved Greg for a very long time. We need to let her grieve. NeNe worked a lot, and she knew these ladies love Greg's kindness. Now NeNe wants to move on and not stay alone. Cynthia was the definition of you don't want this kind of friendship. Oh,
yeah. I want to see what she means by that.
I agree with SoDeb. There are some people that just don't do funerals. My sis is one of those people. Yeah.
Yeah. It's hard for me to do funerals as diplomatic and straight laced that I try to be. A funeral, I don't know, sometimes I can't do it. I will be there, but I would prefer not to go because it is I'm one of those people when I go, like when my grandmother passed away a few years ago, I fell out and fainted. So I want to, sometimes it's just too hard and it's too sad, and it's like I can't even listen to songs that they sang at my grandmother's funeral on the radio.
My God, yes. Listen, I think what like really kind of traumatized me at funerals was when my grandfather passed away. My cousin tried to jump in the grave with him. She's like, "You can't take him. It's scarred me for life." Like I didn't want to be at a funeral after that because I'm like, I don't know, like I don't want to see this. I love my family, but I just don't want to see this. I want to remember my family the way that they were.
Yes.
Period.
Yes, I agree with old Val. She said sometimes your presence is everything. So I can understand that too.
Sometimes my absence is everything too. I mean honest, because one, like my emotional state might not be where the person who actually, like, let's say NeNe was like in a good place, but my emotions are like off the wall.
Yeah.
I don't want to take her down to that place. I know how I am at a funeral. I wouldn't want to do that.
Yes.
So to help that, I wouldn't go.
Yes. And I think, and I hope Cynthia doesn't respond negatively to NeNe being upset about the pettiness, about Cynthia not showing up. My daughter.
Well, she did respond.
What did she say? Because I didn't.
She just said that she was glad that she didn't go because her and Mike were out of town, and that she was happy that she was able to go after they left. I mean, after she came back from out of town to have a personal time with NeNe because she don't think she would ever be able to have it, and it rekindled their friendship. And NeNe was like, that's what it was. NeNe responded before Cynthia actually met with her. So I think that Cynthia did the right thing for her. One, she was out of town. She already had stuff she had to do, and she's in a new marriage. She had to take care of that stuff. So I think that she did the right thing.
Yeah, I agree.
They did not have a funeral, Greg. Greg had private ceremony for the family. What they had at the club was a celebration of his life. You can call it whatever you want to call it. I still don't want to be there because I feel like I would bring it down. I would bring it down with my emotions. So I think that people should disrespect people's boundaries when it comes to this, because everybody, even if they weren't at the funeral and you're calling the celebration of life, I'm still there mourning somebody's death.
Right. I agree. Yeah, I can, like I said, I can see both sides because you don't know how people deal with death. But I'm glad that Cynthia and NeNe were able to spend some time with each other afterwards. So,
me too. And I think that it speaks volumes for their friendship. I think it speaks volumes for who they are to be understandable of their actual personal space.
Yes, I agree. There's a lot of comments coming in about this.
I see. I'm trying to read them. True respect boundaries. Cynthia only went the next week because people were tearing her in the comment on social media. Well, she said she was out of town, so I don't know if that's true, but that's what she said.
Yeah.
Portia was in the middle of a holiday with Simon and immediately flew back in time for it. But well, I ain't gonna say that. Cynthia did the right thing. NENE wasn't a great friend to Cynthia most of the time on that show. Cynthia needed Marlo to hold her hand and come with her to see NENE a week later. This chick is in her 50s, needed Marlo to change her diaper. To take her to-
Cardi B is so hard.
We have to give NENE some grace.
Yes, I agree.
A funeral is a funeral, and can't no one tell you where to show up and how some folks have funeral phobia. Yes,
I agree.
Well, seeing a dead body laying in, like, it's the end. Like, oh God, I'm about to get emotional about it. Seeing a dead body in the casket for me is like watching a horror movie. Like, I don't want to watch it. I don't want to see it because I would like this. Like when my grandfather passed away, I wish I didn't go to his funeral, even though I was there, because what happened there was what I thought was going to happen. My family went ballistic. My cousin tried to jump in the casket and try to jump into the grave. Like, it's too much, and I didn't want to see it. I just wanted him to go on in peace.
Yeah.
So, and you don't know how people are going to act. A lot of people love Greg. So you have no idea how that funeral was going to go. And even with a celebration of life, people were still in their feelings about what happened at the funeral. So I feel Cynthia on it. Even if she lied about being out of town or whatever, I still wouldn't want to go.
Cynthia was not a great friend, and NENE either. Yeah, they both.
Yeah, they was both bad friends. You was a bad friend, Portia. Yes, that's what I'm saying.
And
Listen, if my aunt was in here, my family hates me. Mine go to funerals. Period.
yeah.
We would be in that thing crying so it'd be like we dead.
Yes, and I was gonna say with this whole friend thing and you not being a great friend and all this other stuff, what this pandemic has taught me is to really just care for myself.
Yeah,
I'm not going to make somebody be a friend to me or say that, oh, you were not a good friend to me. Like it, I'll just say this: I like to give everybody grace, and sometimes you can't expect you out of people. So you just have to keep it moving. And we all went through something during this pandemic. So the whole you weren't a good friend and they weren't a good friend and all that, sometimes to me it doesn't matter. As long as I just feel like you'd always come together later on.
See, when my grandparents passed, they had to give me meds for my nerves. I was 16 and now 38. I still remember that taste. Traumatized. I hate funerals. Listen, I still wake up to this very day and think about my grandfather and my great grandmother passing away. When my great grandmother passed away, we sat in the room with her and watched her die. So funerals is just not my thing. So if I was sitting there, I'd be like, I had to go work in the coal mines. Like, I just would have made up anything. Yes. If I don't want to be there, I don't want to be there because it's not for me. I don't want to make the situation worse. Plastic bags down there. Cream wishing Mike was
what?
Bolo Baily. Oh, this is DT. Wait a minute, I gotta get my DT. Plastic bag down there. Cream wishing Mike was Bolo Baily. Needed Marlo to take her. But she could have been a big girl.
What is the plastic bag down there? So I know this is Cynthia. What up?
DT has riddles for days. Exactly. I've attended funerals I've attended funerals for people I didn't even really know, but death and all this stuff I can't handle. Thank you, Alexis, for the super sticker. Mimi Twin says Cynthia should have posted herself grilling at that time. It made her look a certain kind of way. But I mean, if her husband was going out of town before all this happened, she can't post that she was grilling.
Wait, who was grilling? Wait, what?
Cynthia and Mike was grilling because she said it was going out. They already had plans out of town.
She said they were going out of town, so they were grilling.
I think they were grilling on their trip when they went out of town, but she must have like closed her whole social media down because there's a funeral going on.
Yeah,
I don't know. I mean, I understand what people are saying, but I also feel like the way people feel about respecting NENE's space, you have to respect people who don't want to be at funeral space as well.
Yeah.
And I'm saying this, Cynthia never even said this. I'm saying this.
Mm-hmm.
Cynthia just said she was out of town. She already had plans to go out of town. She was gone when she realized it. So I'm not making an excuse for Cynthia because I'm saying what I would have done.
Yeah. Oh.
My aunt was murdered when I was 8. We snuck in the church, and that did. I've been traumatized since.
Yeah, I don't want to get too sad, but that reminds me, I had a cousin that was murdered. She was 2 years older than me. She was dating a drug dealer, and someone that was coming to buy drugs robbed them, and she was shot in the head. And that was like the first close relative that had passed. We were teenagers at the time, so that has always been traumatizing to me, which is why I don't like funerals.
Yeah.
I just remember my aunt. The one comedic relief for me is her acting a fool, and she was like, "We gonna F you up." I don't know who she was talking to, but
it is Queen Mermaid. Let's move on to something else, please.
Yes, let's move on to happiness.
When I lost a loved one, I cannot even begin to tell you who was there or not. See?
Yes. So it is sad. This is a conversation that we.
But I do want to say this. You know, respect people's boundaries when it comes to funerals. Honestly, because sometimes it's not a personal thing towards the person who needs you there. Sometimes a person will not go to respect those boundaries because they don't want to make it worse for the person who's going through what they're going through.
Yes. And I hope that NENE and Cynthia are in good places with each other.
Well, she said that they were.
Yeah. So I hope they can move on.
Yeah.
So the last story that I think that we had was Candiace Dillard shuts down rumors that she got into a fist fight with Nicki Minaj on the RHOP reunion.
Now, did you ever hear this?
No.
I never heard this.
I was so confused. Like,
well, let me read the story. And then when Candiace when I read the story, I was like, well, at what point were they talking about the fight? Because I'm like, one, if they fought, it would have made sense to me because I'm like, if Candiace went in like she goes on to everybody else, it would have made sense. But Candiace was like, no, I really appreciated what she said. And she was amazing. And she was this, she was that. So I'm like, at what point did people start associating a fight with this?
I heard that Nicki Minaj went in on Candiace, like you. I think that's what you just said, but
no, she said that. Actually, they said she went on Giselle.
Really, I heard that she went in on Candiace. So
they said she went on Candiace about her music. That was it.
First of all, like, how long was Nicki Minaj? Wasn't it just a segment?
That's what I heard. I don't even know why she was there, but hey, you know, I'm still traumatized by her being there. I didn't hear that she met Monique Fist last year. What? What?
No, I didn't hear it. I just read it. She sure did.
That Candiace just started her own rumor.
Oh my God, ma'am. You trying to stay relevant, and Nicki Minaj is probably like, who is she?
Well, from what she said that she went in on everybody. Now, I don't see that happening because she's fans of Robin and Karen. So I can't see how hard she went on everybody, but I could see the Giselle and the Candiace thing. But when Andy, I think it was Andy, Karen, and Candiace, they all said it was about her music.
Oh, interesting.
I want to hear what she said to Giselle, even though
I do too.
I really don't.
Me and my husband was just talking about Giselle because I was like, what do you think it is? Like, you know, Giselle is so cold, and she's a beautiful lady. But my husband even mentioned, even though I feel like all men cheat, I'm sorry for saying that, But he was like, if he would have married somebody like Giselle, he would have cheated on her because she comes off very rigid. But I'm like, yeah, Negro, y'all, it don't matter.
Well, Giselle is a Virgo, and we do be. I think I'm mad to say I relate to Giselle, but I do relate to Giselle a lot because it's like after going through a marriage, especially with a pastor, you do kind of get into a space where it's just like it's about me.
Yeah,
because your life was about that other person for so long. I mean, I don't remember how long they were married, but that relationship was about him. So she's like, it's about her now.
I don't even think it is. She's making it about her. I think she's just guarded. Period. Like I think she's guarded.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying.
An ice queen. It's not even. I don't think she's doing it to be like a narcissist or anything.
Right.
It's just like guarded, and her daughters can see that.
Yeah.
That's what's so crazy.
That's why I'm glad I don't have no kids to tell me what they tell me Giselle. I'm gonna take your ass in your room and shut the up. Oh my goodness. Ain't nobody asked you nothing.
No. I'm laughing at this. She said we gotta stop calling Candiace running in the studio music. It's giving David from Real World New Orleans. No, I liked her little video.
I did too. Actually, like the song too.
Yeah.
Wait, Nikki Boo said, now wait, so that I'm a Virgo too, but I'm nothing like Giselle because she is evil. I don't think I'm talking about Giselle's evilness, but when it comes to dating, I relate to Giselle. Because I feel like I'm really guarded. Like I'm like one thing, one and done. Because we saw her do it with that guy. Was Sherman? It was like one and done, I'm out. With the friend that the mother liked, one and done, I'm out. Like I don't even really like you like this. Like she hasn't really had tolerance for dating. And I feel like that's the space that I'm in because of my long relationship. Like someone has to come in and like really take me off my feet at this point. Because if you don't, I'm like the first thing you do, you out.
Yeah. Yeah. And I in the past I could be like that, but the thing is, when I was told that, I realized I needed to love me. And so maybe Giselle is like insecure. Who knows?
Queen Mermaid, she said, no, she's not a Virgo. Why? Why is she a Virgo? We are perfectionists.
Yeah,
she's a perfectionist in her dating life. That's why. One and done. One and done.
Fashions, though.
Listen, that's a whole problem. That's a whole problem. Yeah, Giselle's marriage was a fraud. Pastor ass was cheating on her day and month before her, but she said she knew all this.
Yeah,
that she knew it.
So, what do you think she married him for the money and the status?
I think that she was really. I think that she liked his
status.
Yeah, his status.
Because Jamal Bryant, I was gonna say, with that church, that was a big church in Baltimore. What people don't know, and I believe his father was originally the pastor. Like Jamal Bryant, even she's not looking because she's with, oh God, or gosh. But Jamal Bryant was very well known back then. And so I think she was definitely marrying for the status.
Yeah. I think she was too, but I think that, I don't know. I'm not trying to make excuses for Giselle. I'm not trying to make excuses for Giselle at all. I'm not. Thank you, Real Time Talk 101 for the super chat.
My hubby supporting us from his other channel. Shout out to the hubby.
But I mean, I think that, I understand it, so I've been going back and forth with me and Busy do our reviews with Giselle because I'm like, I can't stand what Giselle does. And I'm like, I understand it.
Yes. And hey, Anointed, you disappeared last night, Anointed.
Oh, where was she at? And make sure you here at 10 o'clock because I got a new game tonight too for y'all. So,
oh goodness, yeah, she disappeared when we was talking about sex on the first date. But
now I know that will disappear when you talk about sex. Now you know that.
When I was missing you, I was like, where did Anointed go?
She said sex. Okay, Bloop, I'm out. Are we talking about abstinence? Okay, I'm back in.
Yes.
Deb, I should have waited to partake in my cannabis.
Oh, Queen Mermaid.
Shout out to Queen Mermaid. I love Queen Mermaid.
Yes.
Wait, anointed dip
Yes.
all the way out.
I said, where did anointed go?
Wait, we gotta let me
shoot.
get together because DT's writing something. I gotta get the riddle together.
And she changed the picture, name, and
Yeah.
everything. Christina Bass's footlocker.
DT does this all the time. You gotta figure out what DT is doing. Jizz Alf, Gizmo, fried chicken gizzard neck, still mad that Pastor Community Finger client wanted to drink the everlasting waters of Pastor Dr.
Woo! Goodness gracious.
Shout out to DT for the riddles. DT be killing me with these riddles. Like, now how do we decipher what he just said?
Yes. Yes, cat in the chat.
You have to really have thick skin to be a first lady. Church folks can make you hard. And I was the partner to a pastor as well, so I definitely understand that. It is not an easy job.
Yeah, I can understand. My grandmother has told me stories. I need to do story times on her stories of the church. I should do that.
I think I'm gonna do some too from my experience.
Yes.
Because people expected a lot. I'm like, first of all, I didn't want to be here, but
it's so scandalous. And coming up I was an 80s baby. And I don't know if you remember, you probably don't remember this because you're the same age as me. The Moonies, they were a Chinese group of people that came to different Black churches. They came to my grandfather's church. The husband was trying to give him my grandmother, and the wife was trying to give him my grandfather. My grandfather and great grandfather went to China, like on trips and
what?
Yes. Anybody old school that know about the Moonies? Yes, I have story times for days with that.
Prosperity Girls 40 said, wasn't Gizzard fighting the previous Miss Bryant in the church? Because we do know that Gizzard was a side chick as well.
Yeah. Wait, what?
Debbie said, what? Thank you, Valerie. I'm thinking G Hale is still practicing the role of first lady, and she still thinks she's the first lady.
Yeah,
she does. Yes, yeah.
How
did he say? What is happening?
Right.
Listen, when DT get in the chat, you just have to roll with it. You got to roll with DT because DT's riddle be. You got to even. It's like I go back sometimes when I do my lives when DT's in the chat, and I go back and try to decipher what DT just said. Yes, she was a side chick to him. Too,
yes.
What else we got? Let's go to another topic.
That's it. That's all.
The last one.
And we went for an hour.
We did it perfect. We always do an hour, so that's good.
Yes. So
I love Gizzard Neck's daughters. Everybody calls her Gizzard Neck now. I love Gizzard Neck's daughters. It is a shame when your kids have more. When she said that it's been 50 years of struggle.
I'm like, man, what is going on here? That's what I wanted to know.
When your daughter tell you it's been 50 years of struggle.
Yes. And she looks so taken aback by everything.
I gotta step back and look at myself like self. Myself said yes.
Right.
Because that was like Karen can't read her that well.
Mhm.
But it was so funny when she said it because it was like the one girl said, "You're like a vampire.
Yes.
You have no emotions." But that's what we see on the show, though, right?
And I feel like in the beginning she showed more emotions.
Yeah, she did. She did.
But now I don't know why she's
Yeah.
so garbage.
Yeah, it's
I
not.
had to mute myself because my daughters was going crazy. But yes, that's all we have. I know you want to get ready for your game night.
What time is it?
It's 9
Okay, so we got
on
an
the
hour. Okay, y'all. So next week we're going to be on the Candy Shop's channel. Y'all can go into the description if you are not already subscribed to the Candy Shop's channel. Go subscribe. And next week's going to be fun as well. We're doing game night at 10 o'clock, so get y'all's drinks ready. We got a new game tonight. It's called Who's Most Likely To? So y'all make sure y'all are there for game night at 10 o'clock. You guys anything else?
No, I don't have anything else. Yeah, shout out to SoDebNair. Make sure you guys subscribe to me. Shout out to the Ladies Lounge, Candy Washington, Cotty B. Shout out to Marcella. I can go on and on and on.
Yes.
But
And
yeah,
are y'all on Tuesdays at what time?
we're on at Tuesdays at 8:30 Eastern, 5:30 Pacific. Yesterday we did a After Dark that was around 10 o'clock, so be sure to check that out.
Yeah, who channel y'all on this week? Coming up.
Next week we're on Candies. We will have a special guest. I forgot her name. Cotty may know it, but I forgot our special guest name. But it'll be on
It's a special guest. It's a surprise guest.
It's a surprise. But it'll be on Candy Washington's channel. So Candy Babies. Sugar Babies and Candy Canes unite.
Now who's who?
Okay, so the Sugar Babies belong to me,
Okay.
and the Candy Canes are for Candy Washington.
Okay. What's Cotty B's tribe called, or her people called?
Straight No Chasers.
So
drop the little drinks in the chat, like the shot glasses.
Okay.
So Cotty B is she has a straight
champagne flutes for me, shot glasses for who? Cotty B.
Yes.
And then what is yours?
Candy Pieces. So
and then Candy Washington's is Candy Canes.
Yes.
Okay.
So I have the Candy Babies, and actually, Anointed just dropped Cotty's thing. Yes. So.
Well, I enjoyed this today. This was real fun. Like this is like one of the funnest shows we've had.
Yes. It was very fun.
Did we do R. Kelly?
No, we didn't talk about R. Kelly. Oh, I forgot.
You want to do that real quick?
Yeah. So R. Kelly, they're trying to revoke his Grammys, or it was a rumor that his Grammys were going to be revoked, but the Grammy committee or whatever they are, they said they have to review it more. I don't think they are. To be honest, as much as I dislike what he did, I don't think they should revoke his Grammys. They were what he earned in the 90s. He is good at what he does art-wise, and the money that he gets from his music should go to the victims and his children and all of that.
Absolutely.
So I don't think his Grammy should be revoked.
I think that I feel the same way. I feel like he already has them. Like even if they try to take them back, what's he going to send them back to him?
Exactly.
Like I'll be like, hell no, I'm sending them back. I won these Grammys. Well, I mean, they probably are repossessing a lot of his houses now anyway. But I mean, if they repossess, what is it called? I can't even talk now.
Revoke.
What is it? Repossess?
Revoke.
Yeah. No, I'm saying like they come in your house to take it.
Oh, repossess. Yes.
Repossess. Yeah, they come and do that. Okay, just send them back to them. But other than that, keep the damn Grammys. But stop listening to his music.
Exactly.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. He's actually not singing the songs.
Right.
Right. We can't stop the fact that the songs were made. Y'all liked them. We all liked them. We did. But you can't take the Grammys from the band.
Exactly. So he earned them based off of his music alone. So
Anointed said, you know how it's gonna be a mess tonight. Just want to let you know.
Right. So that was that story.
Well, yes. So we are next Wednesday, 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're gonna be on the Candy Shop channel
Yeah.
with champagne and things. And please make sure you guys subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. Make sure you guys subscribe to my channel, and we will see you guys next week. Bye,
Yeah.
guys.
Bye.